And then we let people in. There. And we let people in. There. So welcome everyone. Welcome to Forced Migration and the Arts, where we meet artists, activists, academics, art spaces, people with lived experience of forced migration, refugees, non-refugees alike, and we have conversations looking at what is happening at the intersection where forced migration and the arts meet. For this evening's conversation, we are joined by Sadia Sikandar. If I pronounce your name right, Sadia?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sadia has been doing a lot of really wonderful work. She is a playwright, a photographer, a refugee rights activist, and an IMIX steering group chair. She was also the first sanctuary and culture artist in residence at D6 Culture in Transit. And we are going to talk about some of the work that she's been doing as part of, as we go along. Before we do that, maybe as a way of doing that, we go back to you, Sadia. Maybe are there things that you'd like to add to the introduction that I've given?
Thank you. Hello everyone, and thank you for inviting me over here. And I think how much you explain, it is very much accurate. But I can add more my recent success, like Scottish Refugee Council. They had selected me this Refugee Week as an artist to paint a mural, which I successfully did that with the help of asylum seekers. And my one solo photography exhibition is in the process to highlight the asylum seeker stories, and they are stuck in the limbo, to raise awareness about the asylum system and individual people's stories. So this is also in the process. I think I wish really like to mention and update everything about to my listeners and to you also.
On the mural, what can you say something more about the mural?
So it was the mural which was the with the Scotland. They had this year they had topic rise, so which I choose, together we rise. I elaborated this phrase by, because we cannot rise alone, and we always need our supportive network, and obviously we need all confidence in ourselves and the people who put a trust on us. It's all built together, and everything will goes by mutual, I think, in a mutual way. I think we progress together. And and it was slowly for me, but I would like to, like, I thought about the asylum seeker, those who are living in hotels at various places across the UK. And I believe that they have been going through with serious mental health problem, and there are very few organizations they are working with activities involving asylum seekers, especially those who are living in hotel. And it's difficult for them to involve them because the organization, they have very small funding to do everything, and within that budget it's really difficult for them to have a high expectation from them. I don't want to blame the organization, they're already doing a lot, but it's the home office, they are the one who designed the system like this, to especially put the asylum seekers those newly arrive in the UK far away from the city center. It took a lot of time for them to connect with different charity organization, to ask for different help. and they are currently receiving £8 weekly, and also the food and the basic necessity is not, it's not very good the way wherever they are living. In most of the 80% places they are not good regarding to their hygiene. So I was really upset about them also. So I thought about to engage them through art and use that source of art as a source of healing for them, as the topic was also together we rise. So I don't want to rise alone. So I want to include them, their contribution, their ideas. So I traveled from, on that time I was living in Newcastle. So I was traveled from Newcastle to Aberdeen, and there was a language cafe. They really cooperated with me and they really helped me in engaging and organizing and giving me platform so that I can connect with asylum seekers, those who were living in that area, across the hotels. And I explained my idea to them, and then they pick it very quickly and they share a lot of ideas with me, which I combine together. And then I join all those elements and ideas, and it looked like a one art piece. And then with the help of Glasgow organizations across the Glasgow, different organizations, there were different volunteers and asylum seekers, those who were volunteering. And so I involved them also in final process where we choose those ideas and put them those ideas into the mural. So I got a lot of ideas from them, which reflect that they are skillful, they are valuable, and they are ready to contribute. And I did not let them feel that your language is a barrier in contributing, in contribution, in any contribution, not just me, in any project. So even I give them a free hand. If you want to use any kind of language, please use that. I don't want to restrict you to just use English language. I will use interpreters and other volunteers to help. With the help of them, i will I will convert those feelings, your feelings, into Arabic to understand what you actually meant. And you cannot believe that every person, they share a lot of good ideas, especially they feel rise with the nature, they feel rise with the community, they feel rise when somebody said good words to them. So it's all combination of not just about someone's skill. It's all about the element from the community also, which help them to grow, to feel confident about to say something also. So it was a really wonderful experience, and I got a lot of appreciation. I'm blessed that everybody liked that idea. And although it took a lot of time for them, because if I do something alone, it would be really easy for me. But giving them people space to do something which was given by few group of people ideas, which they brilliantly did that, although they were not professional artists, but with my few tips and guidance, I think they're able to del- del- they're able to do it perfectly the way I want it. And I think we did justice with that mural.
Thank you. Thank you. And maybe before we go and look some more into the details, maybe you could introduce yourself again. Talk about yourself. How you came to be where you are now.
I think my journey started when I came to the UK. I think I was just an international artist and a former arts teacher who won award as in the category of arts teacher. But 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 what I had achieved in my country, I think it's something valuable over there. But when I came over here, I have to start everything from the beginning and zero. I have to I have to show people that I got talent and I'm talented, and I have the capacity and ability to do something. And it did not happen within a single day or a single month. It took a lot of months, and a lot of hours, month, which I spent with different organization, and by helping them and shaping their policies and everything, which slowly I started receiving the opportunity. And even when I got first opportunity, you cannot believe that it was as a spokesperson. It was not first. I was not the first choice of them, and It was designed for another person, and accidentally that person was busy, and he did not able to match with the schedule and time. And then the organization, they asked me, are you really happy to talk about at this event? And I think you and they believe that I can do that. And then I said, I was a just I had an experience as an art teacher, but never as a spokesperson and as an activist, although I was a part of campaigning where I was started initially talking with different MPs, mayors, and media. And I had my media training also, how we can talk to different journalists and anchors. And if we are talking to MPs, it's all about all such things. But it was my first experience. I was a little bit shaking while I was talking and facing the audience, because you never know that how someone will react and how someone will respond. Anyone can say positive and negative anytime. So it was a really mixed kind of feeling in my mind. And when I spoke with the audience, 30 seconds was really a bit difficult for me. But when they start appreciating me, I think I built my confidence, and I spoke with very much uh, with a lot of energy. Um, and when I look into the audience, I see they were really appreciating my words, and they were really concentrating on what kind of information I'm providing them, which they really wanted to heard from the long time, and which the media, their narrative about the things about the asylum seekers, and about their journey, about about the reason they are arriving in the UK. It's start happening in the very negative way, and we really need such kind of more events where we can talk about, where the asylum seeker, they talk about themselves, how they have been going through with everything. I think when I arrived in the UK, there was not so much negativity about the asylum seeker and refugees. How the PT Patel, she unfolded a lot of situation and a lot of the policies she bring, where she put a lot of effort on the charity organization, campaigning organization. They worked so hard on it by achieving such goals and strategies which can helpful for the future asylum seeker. And I think they are still doing that, and we are started looking at the positive sides of everyone's activism and their contribution which they are doing. And I think this is the fruit of our efforts.
And from the time that you arrived in the UK to the time that you got your first opportunity, how long did that take?
I think when I arrived in the UK, you will be really surprised. It was 2018 June. It's been 6 years now, and I think I did not eventually like straightforward achieve anything. It will not come on my plate, as I said earlier also. So, and in I remember in 2021, I was the Refugee Week ambassador. When I got my first artist residency, it was all about my journey. And I painted all those work with. I spent most of that artist residency. It was from my home, and I painted all my journey I have been through in the asylum system. If you want to search on the Google Sadia Sikandar Meraki, you can see that all my visual representation of my my residency and work. And through by listening and by looking at those artwork and by hearing from me, I think the people, they really appreciated me, and then they selected me for the Refugee Week Ambassador in 2021. And then in 2022, I think I got first chance to spoke with the audience. And I think it took time to achieve certain levels, like. And and one thing I think I really like about, not just about me and other people, I obviously took inspiration from a lot of other refugees' journeys also, which is really inspiring, which we can always see on the MX social media, which you can say positive stories on a daily basis. They're also uploading that. So I think these kinds of stories really uplifting your mood and your journey, even if you are going through any kind of problems. I think, and then I think it was after 2022, I believe it was the beginning of my career. Like the people, they start my community, the people with whom I'm working along with them, they start believing that this girl got skilled, and I think she got volume and she got words and confidence which she's ready to deliver at various places. I think they gave me opportunity at random places and events, and I took those opportunities seriously. And I think till now, we are really successful in achieving every goal, whatever we decided and set to do anything.
And can I just check, when you were teaching, how long were you teaching art for before you came to?
It was 4.5 years. I was an arts teacher over there.
And what else were you doing around art?
Beside arts, I was doing, obviously, I was doing painting and participating in different exhibitions, not just locally and nationally. It was at international level in America. And before I came to the UK, I already exhibited my work in Slade School of London.
And then when you came to the UK, from the time that you came until 2022 or 2021, did you carry on making art?
And initially, like I have a time, but I don't have any oil paints and colors and brushes. I think when I started telling the people that I'm an artist, and I used to do oil paint or watercolor or pencil sketching. So whenever they have something in their space, and they gave me that, and I, on my free time, I started doing that. And it was all with the help of my community and organization. Then D6, they were looking really closely with me, because they wanted to give opportunity to lived experience people so that they can do something. And I'm glad I was the first one who availed that opportunity, and they did justice with that. I think with by shaping, by giving me all the materials which I wanted and how I wanted. And I think it was a wonderful, like a beginning, a first step for me to do something really positive in this country.
And then looking at the themes of your work before you came to the UK and in that first period, what were there any similarities? Were there any differences?
I think this is a really interesting question you ask. I think before I was doing randomly work. It was not about to highlight any kind of serious topic, although I did a lot of in the past to highlight different events in my country. But it is not about the series of work, like which representing like 3 4 artwork or 5 6 artwork, like a series. It was all about, most of them was all about myself, how I can explore myself or I can identify myself by reading the poetry of William Wordsworth, and took inspiration from them, and then using those elements, and then turn those elements into the painting. Then when I arrive in the UK, I think I have never experienced such kind of like even did not know about the asylum system, and even did not know about how things they have unfolded for me. And when I was living at asylum hostel, I believe I started asking different asylum seekers, what gonna happen next? What gonna happen next? This uncertainty and like un like without having any kind of information about anything, you're just going through with everything and you never know what will happen with you at the next moment, and after 2 months or after 3 months what's going to happen with you. and and beside, while I was learning about the home office and everything, how I can prove myself, I'm really deserve to be live in this country, and I will be at risk when I will go back in my home country. I think while I was in the middle of learning everything, I think I become homelessness. I face twice the time, I think, to homelessness, and it was the most difficult time for me to went through with that. And I would never ever imagine that having a financial problem, having a no place to live, secure your own space to live. And and while I think went through with that, I think it's I felt like there is a dramatical change came in my mind, inside me also, which I thought to highlight my experience as a source of knowledge and information for the people, not just through by words, it's by art also. I use art as a form of raising awareness also. So I never miss any opportunity to talk about, I think till now, I never miss any opportunity to talk about anything. If any topic came, I love to highlight how things are happening with asylum seeker, not just about the other asylum seeker. It's about not just about me, it's about everybody, how they are feeling and how they are doing everything. So I think that's how I think people, I think this organization, they start recognizing my effort and my contribution, and this is how I believe I'm started receiving a lot of opportunity to make more positive contribution.
And maybe also drawing from your own experiences, what would you say are the challenges that refugee artists face in the UK?
I think first, when I was newly arrived, I have lack of information in my area where I have to go and to look for opportunities. But I do have like one organization. They connected me with art organization where I can go and volunteer. I never did illustration. I learned illustrations over there with by working with Live Tales with Balti Card Gallery, and now I'm going to teach at Goma, so which is the massive like success I believe that I felt like that I achieved by working as a volunteer, and I got a lot of experience. And I think the information and also the organization, how we can connect with them. And obviously, art material, having an art material was also a major issue. I had my time, but I never had my oil paints and brushes, like art material to do something. It took time for me to get those resources, to get those material so that I can do something, which I think when I got it, and then I felt like that I got my life back. Then I use those material as a source of like a message, to deliver a message to everybody.
And also drawing on your own experiences, what would you advise other refugee artists?
I think many people, they are looking for very much like quick results and quick success when they look at any kind of refugee, those who have been over here over the last 6 or 10 years. They wanted to achieve to that level within a 1 month or a 6 days, I think they have to be really patient if they want. And there is no doubt they are really talented. They deserve all the opportunities and the places, but I think they need to be really patient to achieve any kind of goals which they have set for themselves, if they are taking inspiration from anybody. So it took time for them, and they just need to go through with the flow, and it's never happened within a 1 day or a one night. You have to spend a lot of hours and a lot of time by different organizations, then eventually you will see the results. So it's hard work, hard work, hard work. It's a lot of hard work.
Mm.
As compared to, I believe, white people, we immigrants, we work a lot of hard work to to make them sure that we
We
really
do,
deserve
don't we? We do.
opportunity.
Yes, we do. I agree with you. Definitely, we do. Hardworking.
100 times more than more than maybe some people, they don't like my this statement, but believe me, we
Mm.
how much I have seen the immigrants wherever they are working any kind of work, either they are volunteer or either it's a paid work. We really need to work so much hard to prove that we really deserve to be where we are.
Mm. But is it about deserving, or is
It's
it
about
about?
the skills. Like if you have skill, then it's mean you really deserve to got that opportunity.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. And then you mentioned organizations a lot. There are many organizations in the UK that work with refugees, sometimes, at a community level, at a city level, at national level, international level. What would you also advise them or suggest to them in relation to refugee artists?
I think what I would suggest them, I think there's less opportunity for those whoever seeking sanctuary or refugee background, and even if we want to participate in any exhibition being asylum seeker, I think there are many exhibition when you have to paid to be participate. I think they have to really look at this individual circumstances. Might be anyone is really good artist, but because of the financial problem and because of having a no bank on that time, they cannot afford to pay that fee. So if they allow us, like when I was asylum seeker, I have seen a lot of opportunity, but mostly came at the paid. But I cannot tell every other organization to pay it on the behalf of me so that I can participate in that exhibition. So by keeping in this mind that they are asylum seeker, it might be their circumstances does not afford them to pay that exhibition. It should be like without having to involve their fee. I think they should not take any money from them. And also, please do include different ethnicity. It's not just about one ethnicity. Just need to work with different ethnicity to make a very welcoming space for asylum seekers and refugees, whoever will come to that organization or to visit any kind of art gallery. They really felt like that there is a diversity over here, and it's not just about me. It's all about us.
Mm. Mm. Can you expand a little on what you mean about ethnicities?
It's about like some. I have seen my one of my friend from she was from China, and she was a music student over here. And when she finished her studies, she faced a lot of struggle in getting any kind of paid work, especially in the music category. So I have seen tears in her eyes also, what kind of journey she has been through. Although she was not a asylum seeker, but she came on a student visa. She was looking for opportunity also while her visa got finished over here. So she also struggled a lot. I said her, when I was having a conversation with her, I said to her, look, it's not just about you, it's about us also. We are all struggling. We are all in the same plate. How much it is difficult for you to achieve any kind of paid job, I believe it is difficult for every refugee also, for different ethnicity. Black people also, they faced a lot of difficulty of working. I had worked with a lot of black people, and whenever they go for any kind of job, and they tell me the harsh realities of their experiences, which they are unable to open up with the with I believe with different people. I think when they feel more comfortable to talk with when they're having a conversation with the same background, like from the seeking century, and then they open up about more realities. And even if those people who have been working at any place, I think they have been a victim of a lot of injustice realities also, which they have to went through, but they're still doing job because they have to earn to live a life.
Mm. Mm. What do you think causes these challenges?
I think the challenges is to recognize their ability and to value their words and vision about their idea, and and acceptance. It's all about acceptance. If I am it's I'm such a person, I'm such a flexible person. I never felt like that I'm having a really difficulty to work with any ethnicity or gender. I felt comfortable by working with all. If they are giving me respect, they will definitely get respect in return. Even if they will not, obviously I have to give them. This is a part of my nature. So I believe many people, they react different while when they are working with different people. So might be someone is good with me, might be someone is not good with black, but might be someone is good with both. But might be someone not good with any other ethnicity. So it's all about, I think, acceptance. It's all about to raise any kind of like hate which they are carrying themselves. I think it's all about to get up to date about that. What kind of things that really restricting them to be really to have a really flexible conversation, or very work, like a very humble atmosphere, friendly atmosphere at workplace. They really need to work on that if somebody is facing such kind of thing, I believe.
Mm. And we'll come back to the arts. We'll look at the arts a bit more. But maybe now we look at where you are, the place you are living. Uh, what's happening around with refugees there?
I think now I'm in Scotland. I'm really having a positive feeling, like how much they are appreciating and valuing and welcoming asylum seeker and refugees. How much they campaigning and raising awareness. I think it's a very strong over here. Although England is very much doing actively in various parts also, but I think they are very much passionate. I have seen the passion in the especially the staff and the Scottish Refugee Council with whom I had worked recently, and I had a wonderful time with them. And I have seen now we are witnessing the positive results, that how things they are unfolding now. People, we were hearing about the Rwanda, but and I was the one who talked about this, why the Rwanda is not a safe country. Now we have seen why Rwanda was not a good decision from the government. It was causing a lot of money from the tax, from the tax they were taking money, and it was spending in the wrong way. If that money would have spent in this country, it would have a different situation, would have now, in which circumstances we all are living. It would not be have that circumstances. So, and now we have seen they lift the ban also, like there were a lot of asylum seekers, they were stuck in the limbo. Like the home office, they were not hearing their cases. And now we have seen that they lift the restriction. Now they were quickly assess the people cases also. And now the third, we have seen the recently good news about the barge also, where the home office, they're putting the asylum seeker in a very unsafe place, and which was causing a lot of like health concerns also. So now there are a lot of positive results we are they are coming forward. Now I believe that there are a lot of things there are a lot of things we need to work, push the government a lot about the fair asylum system, how they can improve more the asylum system, that the people they become not a victim of the harsh realities. They felt safe, respected, and valued while seeking a sanctuary. It should not be a stigma for anyone.
What would you say are the main challenges that asylum seekers and maybe also refugees and people who are undocumented, what would you say are the main challenges that they're experiencing in Scotland?
I think the main challenge is, I think the people, the asylum seekers, they are living in hotels, and in the hotels they are far away from the city center. And if they come to seek any kind of advice or help, I think they have to travel a lot. And and the number of asylum seeker, it has been increased over the last many years. We all know about the numbers, which every time the government they are mentioning in the news and in their debates also. So, but the number of the staff and the number of the organization is the same. We have not seen any increase of any increment of the staff or any increment of the new organization. This is really, we really need to work on that. I think this is the very challenging thing which every organization across the UK they are facing. They have less staff to tackle with, to deal with different asylum seeker problems. When I arrived, it was a different problem. When now they are asylum seeker, they're facing different problem. And I came across with one woman. She was facing like no availability of the solicitors also till 3 to 4 months. They said there is no space, they cannot take any case. If between that 4 month or 3 months anybody has any kind of interview came or any kind of hearing came, then who gonna represent that asylum seeker? And we all came to know that what are the current challenges, and now we can tackle that. It's all important. We have to go and we have to talk to we have to communicate with asylum seeker, not just those who have been over here over the last many years, but also those who are new. I know when any person who will arrive after 2 months or maybe 3 months, they might have faced different problems. Then those who arrive 6 months before, I think those who spend 6 months in the UK, they might facing different challenges. It's all about we need to communicate with every asylum seeker, those who are in our surrounding areas, talk to them and listen to their problems and to see how we can help them. It's not just about the responsibility of organization. I think it's about how much the community they are coming forward to help to sort out anything. I remember one of my colleagues, she shared her experience that when she was living in a hotel and there were a lot of group of doctors as a volunteer without asking anybody, they come forward to help them. And it was a really kind gesture from me, and it should be highlighted more in stories, in newspapers, so that people can learn that how we can become a welcoming community and how we can make a welcoming space for the new arrival. They felt safe and welcome over here.
How, how about in the UK in general or as a whole? What would you say are the main challenges that refugees, asylum seekers, and also people who are undocumented, what would you say are are the main challenges that they're experiencing?
I think how the majority of the people they are arriving in the UK, they don't have safe passage. And there are a lot of skillful people and they don't have right to do work. And those who have right to do work after a year, they face a lot of challenges, a lot of struggle to get even in that shortage of occupation list, which is designed by Home Office that they can apply in that category while they are seeking a sanctuary. So it is always designed in a very difficult way. And mostly black people, they said me when they were went to seek for even that shortage of occupation list, they did not want to hire them, and they give them a lot of like they need to have this certificate, they have to, they must have this kind of training to get access to such kind of job opportunity, which I believe they were also ready to do that. But the again question will come again at that point: will they ready to hire them?
Mm.
So again, that question will come at that point. Even if they are putting some things that you have to be certain certificate and training, even if they get it, so what kind of like a surety they have they will get that particular job? So also regarding to financial problem which asylum seeker they have, like especially those who are living in hotel, again I would say that they're having a really traumatic experience. Their journey was really traumatic, and the way they were provided, the home office they provided them the space, it is again not a safe place for them where they feel safe and comfortable and peaceful. It causing a lot of damage to their mental health problem, and which is really unhealthy for them. And it, I believe it will took years, or maybe it took a passage of time for them to be felt normal after they come out from the home office system or the hotel.
So if you were First Minister of Scotland,
Many people, they start giving me this suggestion
yeah,
that you should be one day become the politician, or to become a counselor or MP, the way you help and serious about the minority rights. I said if I would get opportunity, I love to. I would love to avail this opportunity. I love to contribute and to serve my community and to make a really positive changes and policies. I'm not such a person. Those who achieve at certain level and success, they just forget about their struggle and their journey. No, it will always remain with me because my journey made me who I am today. So it will always be part of my life, and I learned from those experiences also, and I'm ready to make those positive changes which I had went through. It should not, other person should not experience such things which I had went through, especially. And what I have seen, the people they are experiencing different challenges, I really don't want anyone can be went through with such thing. It's all about having a compassion and humanity in your heart to do something. This is what I have, and I think I'm doing my level best to make the good contribution.
mm. Who's the First Minister now, right now in Scotland?
Right now, I think it is from the Labour Party now.
Mm.
It is not from the Scottish National Party. Before it was Hamza. He was my favorite, and I was really taking inspiration from him. And I really like his policy and the way he talk about everything. But now I think everything it has been changed. So I'm not sure about the current. I think maybe it's Anwar from the Labour Party. I think he's the one who is the main head of the Labour Party, and I think Labour has won from major areas over here also in Scotland.
Yeah. So if you were in Anwar's position and you were First Minister, what would you do about refugees, asylum seekers, and people who are
think
undocumented?
the way I think, especially equal rights for everybody. The way we design safe passage, we design for Ukrainian, for Hong Kong, for Afghanistan. Every person, those who are going through with the war or any kind of violence, gender-based violence, or any kind of traumatic experience, I think they deserve to be at safe place. We should not be restrict anybody to not come. And it is not about what I believe and think, it is about how I can convince everybody to think the way I want. I think it should never be happened by one person. I think ideology and perspective, but I would love to make such changes which can helpful for us as a UK. We represent a good country, which we have a history of welcoming people, those who have been victim of, we have been went through with the violence, war, and other kind of things, and they deserve to seek safety over here. And I love to make that country which everybody feel welcome and safe, and they never feel like it's a stigma of seeking a sanctuary in this country.
And what would you do about the hotels?
But about
The hotels.
Oh my God, I think I would first need to sort out that thing also, because this is not the safe place and this is not where asylum seekers should have been over there. I think it should be a part of our community, not camps. And this is also one of the campaign going on. And because of the successful campaigning which we did, everybody they did their part about the barge which the Home Office they were putting asylum seeker by keeping contact closely with the people, those who were living over there, by by bringing those reality into our social media and talking to with people at various events. I think we successfully closed that barge. I think we will do that for hotels also very soon. And I have seen their home office, they are closing some hotels also, and they are very much quickly shifting asylum seeker into houses now.
And the military barracks.
Yeah, obviously, all such places they are not good for asylum seekers. I would really like to have such place, especially in our community, not far away from the city center, where it took so much effort for them to come to any organization to seek for any kind of help or information or advice. I think it's difficult for organization also to go through that particular places and to listen to everyone's how they have been through and what they can do. And I have seen some they are started doing that, but it's really need to do work more on that. But more important, first we need to do that. We should not like push the home office to not put asylum seeker in the hotels. It should be part of the houses and accommodation.
Mm, mm. And the detention centers.
Yeah, I went through with one. I was many times I went through with the detention center where in I forgot that place name. It is in the Tyneside, and and they were only women over there in that detention center. It was really surprising thing for me, and mostly they were black. And we raise awareness about that detention center. It should be closed, and and they should allow those women to have their caseworker or any legal solicitor, which they were not even allowing them to talk to any other person. So it is even there are many reports they started coming, freedom from torture. I think they and other organization they publish reports recently also they came. They are the victim of a lot of violence and torture in the detention centers, and it is not something nice to read about that. I am not representing that one of the person who can accept such kind of cruelty. I think even it is hard for every British citizen also, that it is not something represent what they have seen in the past, that the people they are seeking sanctuary by they came into the UK to feel safe, and they already victim of a lot of various things, and they were, while waiting for seeking a safety, they ended up in the prison or detention centers. I think it's and even not just this, they are going through a lot of mental health problems again over there. I had a very difficult time period when I was living in accommodation. It was not a hotel, not even a detention center, but it was still a very difficult time period for me to go through with everything. And while uncertainty about the system, about the about a lot of various things, about the changes of the different policies, it can alarm any person. I have those who are new or those who are old. Any change that came from home office, I think it's triggered everybody. Those even who got refugee status, I think for them also it is equal painful for them also. But I took part for that protest also, where they put a lot of women in detention center. And one of my friends, she was doing research on asylum seekers and refugees, their journey. And then she, before, while doing her research also, she went to different detention center, and she interviewed many boys also, those who were in detention center. And she said it was not something nice to go through that detention center. It is designed in a very, very complicated way, that the way it looks, it's traumatize you. Those who are not even looking, those who were not living in that detention center, those even who were just went through to help somebody, I think it's equally traumatized for them to watching people to be a victim of such horrified thing. So I have been like, I know these are all the areas which home office need to look, which we believe that it is not something a very justified for the people. And I have seen a lot of good policies they are coming. We have a lot of hopes from the Labour government. I believe they will do something positive in upcoming days or maybe months.
Do you think they'll give asylum seekers the right to work?
We are very much working hard on it, especially about this, that after 6 months they should allow asylum seekers to do work, because it's a lot of benefits for the economy. It will helpful for the economy if they look at the economic, at the benefit from the economical point of view. So it goes positively in the government favor. Although it is something really positive for the asylum seeker that they are ready to contribute. I have seen there are a lot of doctors, dentists, professional solicitors, and teachers, nurses, doctors. They are ready to contribute. All they are waiting for the Home Office to change the policies.
And in the art that you are making, do you explore any of these issues?
I think especially I explore the I explore especially lift the ban also. I if you watch my first artist residency video, which is Sadia Sikandar, when you search on Google Meraki, in that artist residency, I highlight this, that the parrot with the very colorful and having a dull background with a lot of, behind that background I painted the map of different countries, and I deliberately painted that parrot in a very dull and in a broken way, that that's how the asylum seekers are. They are having a very delightful personalities, but because of the harsh realities of the home office system, they are getting broken and damaged. because of the harsh policies. And it was one of the painting which reflect that because of several restriction, it causing a lot of damage to my mental health, and this restriction should be eased.
And what would you say to refugees, asylum seekers, people who are undocumented about art and living and the situation that they experience in the UK?
I think uh, many people, every person, they have a different kind of like to medium which they can understand, and it can touch their heart, that verse and that message. Some people, they can having a really good by getting any message from any visual representation. Some maybe they're getting any really positive, receive any positive message by having a conversation or by attending any kind of event. But I'm choosing both sources of having a conversation by attending events and by choosing art as a form of raising awareness about the asylum system, about the restriction, about the different about the different harsh realities, and about the equal rights and gender equality and all such thing. I think while they will believe that at one point, maybe this those who are looking at my work, or maybe by listening to my conversation, maybe at even if one person can start thinking positive and start making a positive contribution in the community, I believe that I will be really feel successful in achieving those goals. So although this is not about the just one person, it is about the to address the whole community. And what I am talking about, it's not about me, it's talking about the whole system. It's about the majority of the people, the way they are the victim of the system, the way they are suffering. And if it's really harsh or maybe painful for them to look at those things, then I believe that it is more painful for those who are going through with such things.
Mm.
So I'm doing, I think, which I think I should do that rather than to do nothing.
Mm. And what would you say to groups and organizations that work with refugees, asylum seekers, and people who are undocumented? What would you say to them about art and refugees?
I think there are less opportunity as a photographer and as an artist. I would just I've said that before also. They should like arrange more opportunities and create more space for from the 16th century background, that it is easy for them to participate, and especially getting any information to it is either it's about to participate in exhibition or competition, or about or or to attend any kind of event. It is a less awareness for the refugees background, for refugee artists, to where they can go to do certain thing. So it's all about to whatever is happening, it should be well communicated and advertised properly, so that it should reach to every person, so that every person can attend equally. And also, like I have seen, there are a lot of organization, they're working really hard. It's not about they are not doing that, but how much they have budget. It's all about that. Even it's about the British Art Council, how they are providing them different budget for different funding to do certain thing. If they start thinking about us also, not just about one country, I think it will be really helpful for them, for other artists also to make any contribution.
So I've got one more question, and then we turn to the people who are attending,
Mm.
if they've got questions. So my one other question is this, related to the last set, is
Sure.
what would you say to the First Minister about art and refugees?
I think they should come to visit our exhibition and talent, and they should appreciate it. One shadow minister, I had a meeting with them long ago, and he came and they looked at my artwork and he really appreciated me and sent me a note also, and it makes a really positive confidence in me that I can do more. And even the way Eco magazine, they also publish my artwork, and even the paper journal also they publish my interview along with my all like workshops which I did during Refugee Week. I think many organizations I have seen over the last 6 years, they give a lot of opportunities, a lot of work during that one particular month or a week for Refugee Week when we are celebrating Refugee Week. It should be keep happening. It should not be end. The momentum and the energy you started to do something for asylum seeker and refugees, it should be continue. Why you are stopping that? I have seen lot of positive energy when we are celebrating Refugee Week. Every organization they are doing different thing, and it makes a very positive environment. It's really boost my mood and hope that I'm a part of really good community and good people. So I think this momentum they should not stop that. It should be continue the way they started giving opportunity, and they have funding so that the asylum seeker refugees they can do something. So it should not be stopped for, and it should not be just for a 1 month. It should be continuing for the rest of the year, so that give them a platform space and provide them which they when they actually needed it to prove themselves. They are really hardworking and they're really skillful, and they are ready to contribute in the community.
And thank you. And do you have any questions?
From my side, I think I don't have any question. I think it's about people, those who are listening me. If they want to ask any kind of question, they can ask me.
Well, people are thinking. You mentioned Refugee Week. It's actually a week, isn't it? Not a month.
Pardon?
Refugee Week. It's a week, isn't it?
It was in June. We celebrated Refugee Week. It's
Yeah.
past now. So many organization at various places. It took 2 weeks. Some they celebrated till 2 weeks for various activities. Some they celebrated one week. So it's depend on every place how they are celebrating. So every organization they did their part in participating and delivering a very positive message. Even we have seen a lot of good movies which came across to reflect the stories of asylum seekers and refugees, and it was really good.
I don't know, Pat, did you want to say something?
I think how much I am speaking a lot from long time now. I think how much I spoke and how much I wanted to say. I think I said through my experience and everybody. And I think the people who are listening me, I think they also got it, like they got a positive message from me that I'm just a one example, and for like me there are a lot of example like my kind of women and refugees, those who are really hardworking, but they are not coming forward to talk about their journey because it's not easy for them to talk about anything, but they are making a really positive contribution in their areas.
And then maybe this is going to be our last and final question.
Sure.
Yeah. In all that we've talked about, or two last questions. In all that we've talked about, is there anything that you'd like to add or emphasize?
As I was
Sorry, I think Pat wants to say something. Do you want to say something, Pat?
If I could ask Sadia, well, first of all, to say, Sadia, in the 6 years since you've been in the UK, you've done so much. You've survived so much. I hope you understand that you're an inspiration, not just to other refugees and asylum seekers, but also to people who know you. I hope you understand that, and that you can enjoy that. I wonder if you could speak to the young woman who you were when you arrived 6 years ago. What would you say, Sadia? What advice would you give to yourself when you arrived in the UK?
Thank you, Pat, for joining me. And I'm having a wonderful time with the Pat. And we were working together on photography exhibition. And you ask a very good question. And you know, when I was new in the UK, as I explained in the beginning, I was just learning about the asylum system and this country rules and everything. I was so much stupid, I can say that. And and I wish I could be more wise and intelligent and to understand certain things which I took time for to understand the system and to understand where I have to go to seek certain help. And I wish I could be more wise, and I wish I could be have more confidence on that time. I was not confident at all. The way I'm talking very confidently right now, and even at various events, it is the people like you, those who gave me the confidence to talk about to talk about anything. I think the trust you have put on me, and and the opportunities you providing me through by trusting on my abilities, I think that's make me who I am. I totally don't want to forget that girl who was really shy and who was not brave at all also, but I'm really proud of who I am right now. And one funny incident, if we have time, I would like to share really briefly. I don't know I shared with you or not, but let's share with everybody that I was so afraid to go alone at the night time that I have to look 10 times more back than ahead while going through or while walking on the road. And now I'm such a strong woman that that's all possible because of the security and the people that respected me and valued me. I think I have such a confidence that even if I wanted to go at night time at various places to attend any kind of event, I can go without having hesitation or without getting confused or afraid. This is the positive change. I'm really felt proud to tell everybody that. Thank you, Pat, for asking this question.
It's an absolute pleasure. I'm really pleased for you, Sadia. You've done really well this evening. Well done, you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining this conversation, for giving me really, again, a really appreciation, I think. Oh, thank you so much. Love you.
And also thank you for the question, Pat. I think we might adopt that question as one of the questions that we ask as part of the conversations. It's a beautiful question. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Sadia, is there anything you want to emphasize or add?
I think no, just this. I think the organization, they are really working hard in pushing the government that they should change and making a fair asylum system. I'm really appreciating their effort, because if those organizations they would not have pushed and doing their effort, I think otherwise might be government forget about to make certain changes. It's the collaboratively effort which the different charity organization, they are thinking, they're raising awareness, they're talking about that in various meetings and events, and writing letters to their local MPs and even to Home Secretary, who is our current Home Secretary. So telling them what they should do and how we are looking for future, how we want the future of the asylum seeker refugees, how we should design the future policies. I think that's really helpful for the government to understand where they are lacking in having a compassion rules, where they are lacking in providing the safe space for the people. Sometimes it's not about what the government they are saying, it's about what the people they are facing, their realities. It's totally opposite of that. And how we can know this gap, it's all about when we are communicating with the people, not with those who are making the policies. When we will come, when it will be the right time to talk with the policymaker, when we see there are some flaws in the policymakers they are making and it's affecting the people's lives, then we really need to be unity, show unity, strength in doing everything collaboratively to make a positive change. It is not possible by just me or by one organization. It's all about collectively we are doing efforts, and that's how we are seeing the positive results they are coming forward.
Thank you. And then this will be my final question.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. What are your hopes?
What my hopes are.
And then we end on that note
I
of hope.
think my hopes to be just wherever I go, people just appreciate me for who I am. They respect me and value me, and I just having a hope that I will in future I will receiving the same platform to achieve certain goals, which can be a role model for the upcoming refugees or asylum seeker, which they can follow me to achieve any kind of goal. I just want to be a role model for the future asylum seekers and refugees. When they look at me, they felt inspiration and they took positive things from my life and from my effort and follow the good things which I'm setting for them.
And your hopes around issues to do with refugees and asylum seekers?
Obviously, this is my first priority. It's nothing to mention that. This is always in my mind to do something for them, to make things, especially to change the harsh policies by the Home Office system. Then I'm really hopeful from the current government that they will make a positive changes in future, in upcoming days, positively.
Thank you very much, Sadia.
So much for inviting me and for all the participants who took time from their busy life and they attend that conversation. And it was not easy to listen to one person. And they showed patience and love. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much, Pat, if you are still here. Yeah, thank you so much, Pat, for joining me.
An absolute pleasure. Thank you both. That was really interesting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you everyone who attended. This is Forced Migration in the Arts. We are a network that brings together refugees, non-refugees, artists, academics, art spaces for conversation, looking at work taking place at the intersection where forced migration and the arts meet. Our next session is going to be next month, which is August, and it is going to be on the last Thursday of that month, and which is going to be August the 29th. The conversations are free and open to all. We look forward to meeting you, to joining you, and to the conversations. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
And then I stop recording.